So guys, your boy Socrates coming at you with a driving video. Today's what, the 22nd? First off, praise God. Thank you for everything. Thank you for blessing me and giving me more confidence in my life and me actually taking action. What the? Bro, people don't know where they're going. People do not know where they're going. I am, like, seriously, they have absolutely no clue where they are going. It's insane. Anyways, you can experience a lot of things if you just simply do this one trait. If you just sit there and focus on yourself, man, you get a lot of distractions thrown at you. You get a lot of hate and jealousy, especially from men. Because guys, when you're actually pull that much attention and attraction, men just cannot really accept that fact. Especially the younger ones, they just can't. They can't fathom, like, why him? Why can't I have that? And you get a lot of talks, right? Now, sometimes I can't lie, sometimes I do act a little, I won't say arrogant, but it's more aligned to the fact that I'm just looking straight and I'm just walking. And if you feel some type of way about it, then that's your problem. And what I mean by that is, I'll give you a small little example, is yesterday, there's two guys talking, right? And I was just walking straight. Same path, the entire way, the same path, right? And they were like by a pillar talking, and there was a gap between them. And then they like moved a little bit, so there's even a little bigger gap. So I just walked right through it. I didn't even look at them, right? Later on, they sit down at like the dining hall. They're like, this guy thinks he's tough. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like, if you feel some type of way about that, then that's not my problem. I can understand how that comes off arrogant, but it's like, I was just walking and there was a gap, so I walked through it. But anyways, when you're focused on yourself and you just don't want to stick into the societal norms or the hierarchy, especially in the social bubble, man, you just get a bunch of hate from the men. Not all men. Some men will see you, a lot of honestly, the beta ones. Like, I don't like using beta, alpha, sigma, all that stuff, but a lot of the feminine ones are definitely going to be ones that are throwing the most hate at you. Simply because of women. And the women will look at you like, oh man, they would be talking about you to them. And that's what really gets them riled up. Me personally, I grew up surrounded by women. So I don't mind talking about certain things. I don't mind listening. I know women who's essentially tricking their boyfriend. But she's so good at it. She's so smart about it too. And we just talk about it. She talks about her boyfriend. Her boyfriend does this, and I'm just sitting there listening like, okay. But I've known her for like 12 years. So I understand her nature. I know what she's about. I have to remind myself sometimes. I'm like, all right, this girl is actually a master manipulator. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to let a man feel like he's empowered. So I always remind myself. I have to catch myself, remind myself that. But other than that, we're cool. She exposes her secrets. I just sit there and listen, talk, ask some questions, and move on. But when you just focus on yourself, you get to hear a lot of things. You get to hear, he thinks he's special. He thinks he's all that. He's weird. I actually get that a lot. He's weird. Like, the men would say that to the women because the women are asking about me. They're like, who is that? Do you know who that is? And all I hear is like a whisper. Don't worry about it. He's weird. I'm weird to them, to the guys, because I'm not chasing women. I'm weird to the guys because I'm focused on my path. I'm weird to the guys because I'm not trying to socialize and dap up everybody. I'm weird to them because they probably don't respect me. But do you know what's the thing about that? Why I'm really weird? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what little boys and little girls have to say. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Because when you're outside that social bubble, who gives me respect? The faculty staff members. Oh, they respect me. They look at me like, yeah, that guy's a man. The parents who come in to do admissions, they see me, they're like, yeah, that's a man. When I walk in the mall, they look at me, they're like, all right, that's a guy. Of course, I still get some hate sometimes for the older ones. They're just jealous that I'm younger, to be honest. Like, really, yeah. Jeez, bro, just turn, please. And they just can't, they really can't fathom it. So I'm letting you guys know, be mentally ready for that. Be mentally tough. And not only that, God isolates his chosen ones. Because this is training. This is all training. Maybe in 5-10 years, you might have to be isolated and deal with certain scenarios over and over again, so you can understand that when that big boss, that real boss comes through, you're like, all right, whatever. I've done this before. David had to stay hidden and take care of his land and farm. And what did he have to do? He had to, for 15 years before he went to go slay Goliath and then become king? What did he have to do? He had to fight lions. He had to slay lions that tried to take sheep. He tried to slay wolves, tigers. He had to do all that. That's training for him. And then when he went to go slay Goliath, he took 3 stones and was like, all right, that's it. He took 3 stones for Goliath and his brothers. That's it. He knew all it takes is 1 stone. Because he believed in God. God told him, take a stone and go. Swing at him. He's like, all right, shoot. Because he has already experience against lions. He slayed lions. You understand? He had to go through that training. So the isolation is for you to find really yourself. You get to learn things that you didn't even know you could do. And then you get to achieve things that you really didn't believe you could do back in the day. And you're going to be like, wait a second. This is all it took? Time and action? And faith? Time, action? Time, action, precision. Oh. Consistency. And patience? That's really it? That's all it took? And then you start dealing with scenarios over and over again. So you're like, I already dealt with this before. I dealt with this before. Dealt with this before. I already dealt with this before. It's like in basketball, you deal with the same. Someone's doing spin moves, the way they move their hips. You understand, all right, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. Oh, he might do this. Okay, there's different scenarios, Same thing with fighting. You understand when to drop blow if he's a grappler, or to keep or if he's trying to grapple you, you move with your legs behind you. And if you're really good at your core and everything, you can hold yourself up and he can't grapple you. He's gonna have to come in very close and take a few hits to try to grapple you. Same thing with video games. If you play Search and Destroy, Call of Duty, you understand the certain paths that everyone takes already. After a while, it moves the way they camp, what corners they camp, where the claymores will be, everything. This girl's playing with her hair. See, that's a choosing signal, or at least an attraction. And yeah, you just get used to that. That's all it takes. Constant. So don't let that get to you. I understand your mind wants it to get to you, but just don't even think about the scenarios. Just don't even feed energy. Just focus on yourself, man. And the more you focus on yourself, the more you achieve things, the more, honestly, that's the best revenge. That is the best revenge. So in 5 years, 10 years, while they're doing something, working probably under somebody, you can be like, yeah, I got my own business. I got this, I got that. Who are you? Right?